Hello ladies, it's Monday again. We're back for our whole workout. Let me think, we're going to use the band, so ideally it will be one like this, the loop band, for two different exercises, but the other type of band works perfectly as well. And if you don't, maybe grab yourself a towel today for one of the exercises. The other one I'll show you the dumbbell version or body weight version. But other than that, it's just our dumbbells and just a couple with that band. All right, as usual, I'll give a minute here for people to jump on. All right, let's get into it. So let's start with our normal distance with our feet apart, a little warm-up routine here. Hip distance apart feet, toes pointing straight forward. Reach down to the ground, stretch it out. Reach up, tip, tip, and twist. Okay, and then come nice and wide, toes are still straight forward. Reach. And twist. Okay, all the way narrow. Tip. And twist. Okay, come hip distance apart again, but this time externally rotate your toes. As you reach down, those knees go out over, your knees go out over your toes. Thought I said that backwards for a second. Same reaches. Okay, and then internally rotate the toes. Perfect. All right, so first exercise, we're gonna get back to our deadlifts today. We haven't done them for a couple weeks here. So we're gonna go probably your heavy dumbbells. Oh, let me do something real quick here. All right, hopefully that helped the connection there. All right, so we're gonna go with our heavy dumbbells and just a regular deadlift. So I'll show you the side version here. It's the one where you kind of push your hips back, nice flat back, push those hips back, and then stand up tall. Okay, so the main thing there is to think about nice neutral posture, like a flat back. You don't want to round forward. Okay, so drop the chest, push the hips back, stand up tall. Make sure you come all the way up. Some people leave a couple inches there left. Make sure all the way up straight. Push those hips forward. 12. All right, next one we are going to do just like we did the last couple weeks, our lateral band walks, okay? So if you have the long band with the handles, you're just going to step in the middle of it, hold your handles up, maybe cross them over to make sure it stays tight, and then do your sideways steps, okay? If you don't have any bands at all, you can do a side lunge, just with your body weight. We are going to do it later on as well, so hopefully you have a band there to do one of your band versions. All right, if you have the loop band like me, all right, so today just to switch it up a little bit, instead of going all one direction, we're going to alternate sides. So we're going to go right leg, left leg, just back and forth, okay? 12 steps. Push those hips back just slightly as you take your step. Don't let your band slingshot you back. It's 12 on each side here. Perfect. All right, so that's our band walks. Next one, we're actually going to come down to the floor in the top of a push-up position. If that in itself is difficult for you, you can just stay there the entire time. If you can, you're going to lift one hand and tap the opposite shoulder, okay? If you want to do just a couple taps and then just hold that high plank the rest of the time, use your discretion here of what is doable for you. Okay, main thing to think about is your hands are right underneath your shoulders, and then you're just up to your toes like this. Okay, and then sideways, tap. Okay, finish your reps there. And then take a break, come on up. A little water, we're going back to the beginning again. All right, grab those heavy dumbbells. We've got our deadlifts. Okay, so feet are maybe just slightly wider than shoulders. And then hinge forward, push that butt back, stand up tall. 11 and 12. All right, we'll lay down those. Get your band, whichever version, for our lateral walks here. All right, so same thing, alternating sides today. Push your hips back just slightly. Big step. Eleven, 12. All right, that's 2 of those. Coming down to the mat again for your either high plank or high plank with the shoulder taps. All right, here we go. Okay, finish your reps there. My mat is sliding. All right, take a little breather. All right, that's 2 of those down. I'm just going to do that one more time. So we're back to our deadlifts. All right, here we go. Let me show side version so you can see my back this time. Just push your butt back and butt forward. And 12. All right. Getting rid of those with my band. Here we go. All right, last of our lateral band walks. with that. So we got our one on the mat, and then we're done that circuit. All right, I'm just going to do the hold here this time. My mat is slipping. All right, so you can do your high plank, just hold it, or your shoulder taps, whatever version is good for you. Perfect. All right, that's it for our first circuit. Done with that already. We do still need the band for the second group. This is the one where the towel will come in handy if you don't have any bands. All right, first exercise, we're just going to use one dumbbell. Depending on what your weights are, you can use either your heavy or your light. We're going to hold it with both hands, preferably sideways like that so you can get a good grip. Side lunge, twist the weight out. So kind of just as you're landing with that side lunge, your hands are twisting, so your hips are twisting out, your chest is twisting out, but the foot and knee stay straight forward. Okay, so I'm not turning my toes out as I go over. Wow. All right, so you have to get the other side. Let's go with that. And 12. All right, we are next going to go, I'll tell you what the exercise is. You can choose whether your heavies or lights are better. It's the upright row, which we've done in the past, probably been a month ago, the last time. So it's just that one where you pull your elbows up nice and high. Okay, your elbows are always higher than your hands. Lift it up, keeping it nice and close to your body. Nice, good posture. And 12. All right, and then we're going with the band. I'll show you. So if you've got just a towel, you're going to go, so sorry, the elbows up. So if it's just a towel, you're going to hold it like this, elbows tucked in, and you're just pulling that towel apart, squeezing between your shoulder blades, and then relax. So obviously you're not going very far with it. Same idea if you have the long band, you just hold it in the middle and open up like that. If you have the loop, slightly different, you just put it around your wrists like this, elbows tucked in, and go. Just make sure those palms are staying up and the elbows are tucked in at a 90-degree angle. Okay, chest out, squeeze between the shoulder blades. And 12. All right, so that's our second circuit. Take a quick breather. Silly me turned up the heat in here, thinking it was cold. And now that I'm moving, I'm too hot. All right, so going with our side lunge again with the twist, the dumbbell twist. If it feels too difficult with the dumbbell, you can just clasp your hands together like that and go with body weight. All right, side lunge, twist. Same side. Landing with those toes pointing straight forward. once you get to 12, switch it up. And 12. All right, moving right into the upright row. So you have both dumbbells, stand up nice and tall, shoulders back, chest out, and pull. And 12. All right, then our band or towel, whatever you got, pull aparts. Elbows in, palms up, and open. Squeeze those shoulder blades. And 12. All right, it's a little breather. And we're going to the third round of these. Chugging right along today. I feel like we're moving super fast today. Maybe it's that extra hour sleep we supposedly got over the weekend. Doesn't work when you have small kids, right? Although I must say, I'm not going to complain. On a personal note here, my son slept till 6:30 new time this morning, which is really 7:30 to his body, and he's the one that's usually up at 5:30. So, I'm happy. And 12. All right, other one. And 12. All right, last of the upright rows. Here we go. Elbows nice and high, shoulders back. And 12. Okay. And the band pull apart. All right, got it. Elbows tucked in, palms up, open. Ten, 11, 12. All right, that's it for those. So we are coming down to the mat for the last group. You don't need any equipment, just your body weight and the floor. All right, so coming down to the back. All 3 exercises today are on our back. All right, first first one, we've done it before, that cross leg position. And then you're going to think about bringing your knees back towards your chest. Okay, so it's not a real big range of motion here, but lift up, tap your heel back down. If your lower back allows and you can kind of raise those hips off the floor, you can do that. Again, it's only going to be like an inch or two, but that just takes it up a notch. Okay, finish off your 12 like that, and as you probably guessed, switch sides. Perfect. All right. Now we're coming into pelvic tilts. This is a very, I'll say, a basic exercise, beginner kind of level, but I do want everybody to do it because it's so good for kind of activating those inner core muscles, your low abs. You're just going to take your lower back, use those low ab muscles to tilt your pelvis and press your back onto the floor. Hold it for a couple seconds and relax. Okay? Tilt your pelvis, squeeze those muscles, low back press into the floor, and relax. Exhale as you do it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale as you relax. 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 Two more. Relax. Last one. And relax. All right, and our third one here, there's enough room. Arms are going to be out like a T from your shoulders. Beginner version, you keep both feet on the floor and you just let your hips, your knees rock side to side. Intermediate, your feet are off the floor, same motion, but knees are still bent. And advanced, your straight leg going all the way over to the side. Okay? If you feel like your back just needs more of a stretch, keep your feet on the floor, let the knees rock, and then switch. If your low backs are doing fine, I implore you to go to the second or third level. Try to get your 12 reps on this one. If you're starting out with one of the more advanced versions and you need to drop it down for the last couple, that's totally fine. However, you got to make up your 12 reps, that's fine. That's round one. Going right back to the beginning, cross leg, and then bringing those knees back towards your chest, okay? Lift the feet off the floor, and then tap back down. Okay, switching sides. Once you get to your 12. All right. Back to those pelvic tilts, okay? If you feel like you need to have your fingers on your hip bones here to try to let you know how you're moving, you can definitely do that. So as you exhale and tilt down, you should feel those hip bones kind of like sink down towards the floor. press that lower back into the floor and relax. Okay, sink down, squeeze those lower abs, and relax. Exhale, squeeze everything tight, relax. Squeeze, exhale, relax. 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 Two more. And last one coming up. Relax. All right, third one was our windshield wiper. Knees going side to side. Like I said, choose your version. Whatever you choose, you don't have to stick to it for the whole set. Just challenge yourself. Try to keep, whatever version you're doing, try to keep your hands pressed into the floor. As you go to the side, don't let that other shoulder kind of roll up like that. That kind of defeats the purpose. So shoulders are kind of anchored down, arms are anchored down, knees and hips are rocking. And 12. All right, slide up here. All right, so one more time, starting from the top. So we got our cross leg, bring your hands more down by your sides now. Cross leg and then lift. Okay, switch sides. Perfect. All right. Pelvic tilts. Here we go. Squeeze on the floor, lower back pressing against the floor, and relax. Squeeze. Relax. Big exhale. And then arms out like a T, our very last one for the day, windshield wipers. Let those knees go all the way, especially if you're doing the feet on the floor version. Get that full range of motion. If your legs are straight, you might not get right to the floor. It's another way that you can kind of choose your level of challenge. Both sides. 12. Perfect. All right, let's come up for our stretch here. So So sit up nice and tall, legs just stretched out, and then just fold over. Lean towards those toes. Okay, bring your feet in, bottoms of your feet touch, knees fall open, and still a little bit of a forward lean. Okay, 90-90 position, so both knees are in 90-degree angles. Lean down. Okay, switch sides. Excellent. Okay, rolling over. We're going to get into that child's pose, so push your butt back towards your heels, stretch out. Okay, all the way up to all fours, arch your back up like a cat. Drop down, bring the head up. Slowly move back and forth. Okay, and then up to half kneel. So one knee is on the ground. Bring whatever knee you have on the ground, bring that arm up and over. Okay, bring that down, switch it over. Excellent. Come up from the floor and then pull your leg up behind for balance. You can hold on to something for this. You don't have to for balance. Did I say that? Hold on to something for balance. Pull your leg up behind to get a good stretch. I don't know what I'm saying sometimes. All right, other leg. All right, and our very last stretch of the day, grab your hands behind your back, pull your shoulders back. Perfect. All right, well done, ladies. Thank you for joining. Wednesday, we'll be back. I am going through the group this week, so if you're still doing the videos, still enjoying, make sure to get those EMTs in. Thank you. Bye-bye.